And we're back, ladies and gentlecars. Welcome to Habit Engineering. Basically, how this works is that anyone who has a habit they're looking to be more consistent with can throw it into the chat. Or anyone that has a bad habit they're looking to break, throw that into the chat. Anyone who wants to make me your accountability buddy, throw that into the chat. And we'll rep it all right here from 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Aha, he's back. What's up, Monsieur? What's up? What's up? Duck Isa, what's good? Good to see ya. I am the habit man. That's so true. Oh, my computer's whacking up right now. The irony is that watching my live is slowly becoming a new habit. That's hilarious. Love it. Vid King, appreciate that, brother. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm trying to be like Jesus, so I'll call that a W in my book. Stu, howdy. Duck Isa, yeah. What kind of story do you want to hear? I'll tell a quick story. I am definitely not Jesus. Definitely not Jesus. Yeah, dude, Monsieur, it's hilarious, bro. I get it all the time. It's so funny. Cracks me up. Do I think Jesus was married? Potentially. There is a chance. Anyone who's joining on here who doesn't know, this is the Habit Engineering live stream. So you can go ahead, drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with, a bad habit you are looking to break, down in the chat, and we will engineer that using the triple S method. So making your habits super small, simple, and specific, to make sure that they are a habit that actually sticks. Monsieur, I'm not sure where you're getting that from. I don't think it's confirmed anywhere that Jesus was married. Prove I'm not Jesus. I'm not. But anyone who's hopping on, welcome to the Habit Engineering live stream. You can go ahead. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not canon. Okay, we're on the same page then. Yeah, if anyone has a habit they're looking to be more consistent with, or a bad habit they're looking to break, or a habit they're looking to be more consistent with, you can go ahead, drop that down in the chat, and we will re-engineer that using the triple S method that I developed after overcoming 5 addictions of my own. So keeping your habits super small, simple, and specific, so that way they actually stick. Vid King, yes. I would say that's definitely a bad habit because that is chemically altering your brain in a negative way. Personal opinion, bro is bugging. I'm actually not sure what that means, but okay. The 3 S's are small, simple, and specific. High frequency said, bad habit to break would be stop eating high foods with high carbs. Yes. My habit that I think you should do is make sure that you don't go to the store hungry. Make sure you eat a meal before going to the store, before doing your shopping. So that way you are less likely to buy foods that you don't actually need, um, which in this case, foods with high carbs could be considered that. Um, Enzo said, I'm Hindu, I'm not religious, but the Bhagavad Gita helped me. Nice. Love it. Zesky said some things in what looks like Chinese characters that I don't understand. Um, Zesky, if you want to translate, that'd be cool. Duck Isa, can we hear a story about a habit I've gained or overcome? Yeah, that'd be great. Let me talk to VidKing about the porn habit. If that's something that you do want to work on, and you're not just trolling me, my first recommendation would be to spend more time socializing, like out in public, because generally that's not an activity that you can do in public. So if you find yourself struggling with that, maybe go hang out with a friend, um, go to the library, go sit in a Starbucks, something like that. The other recommendation I would have is if it's just happening like late at night, usually, I would say buy an analog alarm clock. Um, Charge your phones out in the kitchen or in the living room or somewhere that's not your bedroom. Don't use your phone as your alarm. Um, and uh, yeah, just use an alarm clock so that way you can keep that out of there. Gorilla Gals or Gorillas Gal, glad you're back. Appreciate you hopping back on. Love it. Lafayette, good to see you. Vid King, drop a chat if that makes sense for you. Duckies, I haven't forgotten about the story. I'll get there. Yeah, you could drink beer before you go to the store, so you don't drink too much beer. I think in theory that might work, but I haven't ever personally tested that. So you might have to. Actually, no. That wouldn't work because beer decreases your inhibitions and decreases your ability to make wise use of your agency. So yeah, I don't recommend that. High frequency. I've done a 5-day fast before. No food, just water. That's lit, dude. That's lit. That's a body cleanse for sure. Enzo, do I believe in karma? I mean, I don't know if I necessarily call it karma, but I believe that good things come back around. Jack Black is the GOAT. Monsieur, I'd love to hear your reasoning for not agreeing with socializing. I'm curious. I think Andrew Tate is I don't watch Andrew Tate. I think he's full of cap. I don't really get all that stuff. I prefer like actionable habits, you know. Okay. Vid King says he does socialize. Okay, awesome. Yeah, if you're doing it in the morning and when you go to sleep, I would definitely say plug your phones outside of your bedroom. Uh, get the analog alarm clock and just like remove that as an option. Change your environment. See if that happens or see if that works. Adrian Luna, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Habit Engineer live stream. Yeah, I don't really care for all that Chad Sigma male random crap. That doesn't really resonate with me at all. But yeah, so go ahead, drop a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with down in the chat. Anyone who's just hopping on, we'll re-engineer that using the triple S method that I developed. So making your habits small, simple, and specific. So that way they can actually stick. And if y'all haven't subscribed or anything yet, this live stream happens from 4 to 7 p.m. PST. And okay, Lafayette, yeah, go help your dad. Tell him I said hey. Yeah, Monday through Saturday. So if you want to use this live stream to double as making me your accountability buddy, you can totally do that as well. Yes, high frequency. Let's go. Hit the gym. Love it, brother. You should make a podcast on your channel interviewing people. Dude, Monsieur, I've thought about that. But I'd rather so I don't know if I told you this. I definitely have that vibe. I have done that. I've recorded some podcast episodes with other people, and I think eventually I'd like to incorporate that. But right now, I'm really just focusing on reading biographies and autobiographies of ultra high performers. So what I'm doing right now, my podcast episode that I'm gonna drop here on Saturday, I'm reading the biography for Louis Zamperini, who, if you haven't heard, is a pretty famous story called Unbroken, book written by Laura Hillenbrand. Dude, high frequency on this H&M model chat. That's hilarious. I think I'm too short to be a model. I'm only like 5'4", bro. I'm way short. I'm like Tom Cruise height. I think. Well, actually, I think Tom Cruise is like 5'6", but yeah, it's pretty funny. Oh, nice, love it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I thought about doing one with other people, but it's pretty complicated as far as scheduling and stuff. And really, like, ultra high performers, I mean, someone who's worth writing a biography, someone who lived a life worth writing a biography about, I would say is probably a high performer. So some examples I'm thinking of are Bruce Springsteen. I have his biography I'm going to read. Teddy Roosevelt. I have his biography I'm going to read. I'm definitely not Jake Gyllenhaal. I do like The Dark Knight, though. Great movies. Great trilogy. I'm currently reading Louis Zamperini, who is a Olympic sprinter and also a World War II veteran. Yeah, I think everyone has the capacity to be a high performer, but I think most people choose not to live up to their full capacity. And so my purpose, and this, I mean, the podcast is essentially a selfish endeavor in nature, is I'm reading these biographies and autobiographies of these ultra high performers, and then I'm just looking for all of the habits that they implemented in order to become high performers, and then figuring out and then passing those along to you guys in podcast form, and then also figuring out, like, taking habits that I want to implement from them in order to become a high performer myself. Monsieur, every aspect of someone's life from their own perspective can be something of great achievement. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But I'm doing it specifically for the habits, which I think you gathered. Thanks for keeping you motivated. Tell him he is very welcome. My pleasure. Yeah, play devil's advocate. I'm totally down. Harry, what's up, man? Glad you're back. Good to see you. I'll be here, Harry. If you want to subscribe, I don't know if you have yet. I'll be here from 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, helping people engineer their habits, being consistent with them, and then keeping them accountable. Good to have you back, brother. Oh, nice. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. Yeah, so like what am I defining as a ultra high performer? Um yeah, you're good, Lafayette. I would say for me, it's a good question. For me, an ultra high performer is just someone who really pushed and pushed and pushed themselves to their limit. Um, and obviously, there are a lot of people that do that, um, but not all of them have biographies or autobiographies written about them. Um, I would say being an ultra high performer, uh, it's an opinion, right? It depends on the person. Like for some people, their goal in life is to just be uh, have like take care of their family well and live a simple life. Um, but for some people, like their only goal is to create a business. Really, um, Hmm. I didn't know that Teddy Roosevelt is the only person to win a Nobel Peace Prize and a Medal of Honor. That's actually pretty sick. Speaking of Teddy Roosevelt, I actually have his one of his biographies right here. This is his biography of spanning 17 years, um, from 1869 to 1886, from when he was age 10 to 27. So I'm excited to read that one. In the end, the goal is to take care of your family for sure. I've studied Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know if he got shot and continued his speech. Um, I'm assuming you're making a Trump joke because I think that happened with him, but um, he might have gotten shot. I don't know if Teddy got shot. Um, oh yeah, Teddy Roosevelt was high key. Like he's freaking epic. Dude's crazy. Like he went on an expedition on the Amazon and like helped discover some of the Amazon River. Bro's a freaking baller. Second favorite president, he gave us Woodrow Wilson. That's so funny. I actually don't really know anything about Woodrow Wilson. Oh dang. Yeah, okay. That's sick. Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt is he's a baller. He goes hard. Um, he's the guy who said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." And man, did he whack some people! Like, bro was not messing around. Um, I missed something. Oh, the goal. So the goal of being an ultra high performer, uh, is to have freedom, to have independence, and to be able to live your life the way that you want to. Um, whatever that looks like for you. Granted, based off of history and what I've studied so far, in my personal opinion, what that should look like is using the freedom and independence to spend time with your family. Um, but and like take care of them and build memories with those that you love the most. And that would be a true ultra high performer, in my opinion, is someone who optimizes for life as a whole, rather than obsessing over one specific aspect, which is why the only thing I'm obsessed with is change, and changing my life to be the best that it can be overall. Glad you're back, Lafayette. Um, imagine learning about U.S. history from a Swiss Muslim. Yeah. Hey, man, knowledge is knowledge. I'm not going to complain about where it comes from as long as it's true. I would retire my parents, buy them a new house, pay off their current one, travel the world with them. Yeah, that's dope, dude. Yes, Monsieur, it is hyper focusing. It is hyper focusing on optimizing for life overall, and changing to optimize for life overall. All of the ultra high performers hyper focus. They are extreme. They obsess. So there's not really a way around that, in my opinion. The bad bit about Teddy Roosevelt is he gave us Woodrow Wilson. Yeah, I am not super up to date on my presidential history at all, so I don't really even remember what good or bad things Woodrow Wilson did. Duckisa, I'm glad you're back. I totally did not even give a story, so thanks for reminding me. My Okay, awesome, Lafayette. Yeah, go take a nap, dude. Party man Mendez. No, I just look like Jesus and try to be like him. I'm definitely not him. What's up, though? Glad you're here. My favorite president is probably Lincoln or Washington or Roosevelt. I think FDR had some good ideas too. Actually, Harry S. Truman was also kind of a baller. I'd have to. I don't really have a great answer. Yeah, Lincoln's cool. Lincoln's really cool. JFK is cool. Monsieur, I definitely agree. Failure is part of the process, and being careful about long term. Yes, 100%. I wish I had his hat. That's hilarious. For anyone who's just hopping on here, this is the Habit Engineer live stream. So if you have a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with, you can go ahead, drop it down in the chat. Either a good habit you're looking to be more consistent with, a bad habit you're looking to break. Go ahead, drop that in chat. We'll re-engineer it using the triple S method that I developed. So making your habits small, simple, and specific, so that way they actually stick. I didn't know that Grant apparently thought Britain was worse than the Soviet Union. That's wild. Um, Yeah, any habits, y'all are looking to be more consistent with, bad habits you're looking to break. Who are we talking about beatboxing earlier with? Oh, some dude named Caspian. That was funny. Hey, you sprinted today. Nice. I love it. I'm so proud of you. Great job. What is your challenge for me, Monsieur? Bad habit you broke was people. Oh, people pleasing. Yeah, that's a big one. I love that for you. Duckisa, great job. Great job. Oh, FDR. Huh. Yeah, Monsieur, hit me with the question. And then I gotta think of a story to give for Duckisa. How many days in a row does it take to set a habit? I would say you can do it in one day. It just depends on the habit and how bad you want it. There have been habits that I've set. 21 is not conclusive science. There's no like specific time in which a habit is set or not. A story about one of my habits that I gained or lost. Oh, actually, I do have a good story about that. What is this other question? If you had to choose one bad habit to keep, like if you could not have the choice, what would you choose? I think the one bad habit that I would keep would be oh, that is really hard. Oh, that is such a hard question. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Jim Bob Joe? Glad you're back, brother. I hope you've been keeping your habit. Monsieur, let me think about that. I'll tell my story. So, when I was 19, I moved to New York and sold pest control for a summer door to door. And that summer was the hardest summer of my life, probably the hardest time of my life, or well, maybe not the hardest time of my life ever, but definitely like the closest to being depressed I've ever been in a summer. Bro, I'm telling a story right now. Chill, chill. And so during that summer, I it was just rough. I didn't really feel like I had very many friends. I was just getting told no all the time until because I was knocking on people's doors asking them if they wanted pest control, and so a bunch of people told me no. So the constant rejection was demoralizing. Plus the fact that I didn't really have any friends. Plus the fact that I didn't have a car, so I was kind of just stuck, uh, more or less, since I didn't want to pay for an Uber or anything. Um, and so one of the things, and I had some bad habits that I was using to cope with all of that, which was like I just watched tons of Netflix. I think I think I binged all of however many seasons of New Girl there are in like less than a month. Because like if I, for the most part, if I wasn't working, I was just like watching Netflix. Really, it was bad. But one of the good habits that started coming out of that was I started journaling uh, way more frequently than I had before. I think I was getting pretty close to every day, if not like every other day, maybe once every 3 days. Whereas before, I would journal like once every couple months, maybe. Um, but I was in such a emotionally tumultuous state at that time that I and didn't really have anyone to talk to about it, more or less. Um, so I would just go off in my journal all the time. Um, and it really became like a source of comfort and peace for me to have a place that I could go and just like try to figure out what the heck was going on in my head. Um, because I was feeling a lot of emotions at the time that I hadn't felt before and didn't really like feeling. So I was trying to figure out why I was feeling them and what they meant and how I could get rid of them, or if I should get rid of them and all that stuff. What's up, Basic? Um, and yeah, so then after that summer, I was able to be pretty consistent in my journaling, and now I've journaled almost every single day for the last about 5 years, maybe 4.5 years, somewhere between 4.5 5 years. I've journaled almost every single day now, and it's fantastic. I flipping love it. It's great. Um, there's your story. What do you think? Rated out of 10. Um, Harry said, "My life is sleep, history, politics, animals." Nice. My life is sleep, Jesus, reading biographies, autobiographies, working out, listening to the Founders Podcast, spending time with my friends, live streaming, teaching people how to build habits and stay consistent with them. Um, and church and sleep. Yeah. You are welcome, Ducky. So glad you enjoyed. Um, yeah, New Girl was a decent show. I wouldn't rewatch it. I also don't really watch much TV at all anymore, for which I'm very grateful because most of it's just a mega waste of time. Um, but I'm glad you enjoyed. I have not done any psychedelics, nor do I plan on it. I prefer to maintain total and complete control of my mental and bodily faculties as much as possible. Glad you guys enjoyed the story. Glad you enjoyed. Yeah, feel free to like it up, share, subscribe, whatever all of that is. Um, and if you're just hopping on, this is the Habit Engineering live stream. So uh, I help people engineer habits that they can actually stick to using the triple S method that I developed. So making your habits small, simple, specific. You can go ahead, drop a habit down in the chat that you are looking to be more specific or more consistent with, and we will run it back and engineer that. Yes, it is 9:40 on the East Coast. Indeed, it is. I am out in Arizona, so I'm 3 hours behind. Um, the real thing about growing up is realizing that no one knows what they're doing with life. Amen. Amen. It like the entire world is put together with duct tape. So once you realize that, you realize that you can basically do anything. Um, okay, appreciate it. High frequency. Have a good time at the gym. Peace out, brother. Um, Harry said, I missed eating, breathing, talking, commenting, annoying vegans, and some other shenanigans. LOL. Yeah, no one's really got it together, not fully. But there are definitely some people who have life more figured out than others. Um, outside of Jesus, I would say the person that I look up to the most, and who I'm trying to model my life after, is um, a guy named Ed Thorpe and David Senra, who runs the Founders Podcast. Um, Ed Thorpe has a fantastic um, autobiography called A Man for All Markets. Oh, this is a good habit question. Melody said, how to stay consistent in your relationship with God when you have a busy life. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I would say something that's been super helpful for me is making sure that I have a habit of making God my first priority. So the first thing that I do um, is I get up and I go for a walk and I say a prayer of gratitude to God, and just talk about a bunch of things that I'm thankful for. Um, so, yeah, um, just making sure that God is your first priority in some way, shape, or form, and choosing to put Him before other things of the world, um, I would say, works wonders. But obviously, that's going to look different for everyone. But Melody, let me know if that makes sense. Um, and then if you want to get more specific with that, we totally can. Um, duct tape. Yeah, for sure, dude. Quote me at the family reunion. That'd be hype. Anthony, I help people make habits. Yeah, so I help people engineer habits using the triple S method that I developed. So I make habits. I help people make habits that are super small, simple, and specific. So that way, the habits can actually stick and they can be implemented consistently over time, so that the compound effect can actually exist and take effect, and that their returns on their habits can increase exponentially over time. Basic, good luck practicing your upright bass. You got this. Um, Melody, you are very welcome. Oh, Anthony, you're good, bro. You're good. No worries. You're not the first person who's said that. Um, yeah, just a habit engineer over here. So if you've got a habit that you're looking to be more consistent with, that you want to drop in the chat, love to help you engineer that. Or if you've got a bad habit that you're trying to break, you want to drop that in the chat too. I would love to talk about it. We got about like 20-ish more minutes here before we'll wrap up the stream for the day. Yes, definitely need to build a relationship with God. I think that's super important. That's like my number one priority in life, is making sure that my relationship with God is good. Um, Anthony said, my bad habit is procrastination. I need a job, but keep on procrastinating. Okay, love it. Let's break it down. Um, so Anthony, what would you say is the biggest thing that is causing you to procrastinate? Like, is it like what's the biggest distraction that you're going to that's helping you to procrastinate? Um, Getting a job or just procrastination in general. Like what's the biggest challenge um, that you're facing with that? Let me know down in the chat, and then we'll build a habit centered around that. No, yeah, Harry, that's a great question. That's a great question. Um, yeah, definitely don't take offense to that. You have no skills, so you're not motivated. I would definitely disagree with that. I think everyone has skills. Um, they just don't necessarily know how to utilize them in the workplace. Um, ooh, Monsieur, I would disagree. I um, I think learning Python is not the best thing. Um, Chat GPT and AI tools can code for you now. So I'm of the personal opinion that just about all low level programming jobs are gonna go bye bye pretty soon. They already have to a certain extent. I would say if you were going to learn, yeah, we can totally agree to disagree. That doesn't bother me. Um, if you were going to learn any skills, in my opinion, um, I would say uh, learn sales. Sales is the lifeblood of every business. So if you can learn how to sell things, you can get a job anywhere. Oh yeah, some people um, do get that way about religion, but I'm not one of them. Oh, Monsieur, it's definitely true for graphic design. Um, I don't think it's a shortcut to say that about AI. I used AI to code. I built a full-on habit accountability tracker coding with ChatGPT like 2 weeks ago, and I know literally nothing about coding. Um, so I think it's definitely true. At least for like low-level programming jobs, I think most of those will be eliminated pretty quick. Uh, Veritas said Cisco. Nice. Um, Shazib Javid, I am from Arizona. Um, yes, to make AI, you need Python. That is true. I think it's only a matter of time though until AI learns to program itself, uh, and so it won't even need anyone to program AI. It'll just be able to be self-sustaining, self-learning, and self-programming, so it gets better and better on its own. Um, yeah, yep, you can totally do that, Harry. So that's the Roko's basilisk theory. I've never heard of that theory before, but I have some friends who work in AI too, and I think that's I think that's pretty. Um, I think that's definitely gonna be a thing, at least in the next few years. Um, but to stay on topic with Anthony, um, in the bad habit of procrastinating. And then Harry, I'll get back to you. Don't let me forget, and I'll answer that question. Um, but I want to help Anthony's with his habit out here, since that's what the live is primarily for. Um, yeah, I'll look up the Rocco's basilisk theory. Um, I think You just got a housing choice voucher. I think starting at a temp agency is good. I think honestly anything, Anthony, just get yourself into the workforce. I don't think you need to worry right now about uh, where you're getting into the workforce necessarily. I think you just need to get in, get a solid schedule, and start just building a consistent work ethic back up. Um, Dang, some Japanese robots that taught themselves how to turn themselves back on after being shut off by the humans. That's wild. Yeah, farming is good. There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of just like therapeutic benefit in manual physical labor. Definitely, yeah, Monsieur, I definitely agree with that. Agriculture or construction. Construction's pretty good for that. Landscaping. Um, Harry, or not Harry, Anthony, um, as far as building a habit um, to avoid procrastinating for a job thing or for getting a job, um, I would say you could set a habit of applying for a job for X number of jobs per day, um, and whether that's you apply for just one job a day, two jobs a day, five jobs a day, 10 jobs a day, whatever number is fine. You just want to build momentum uh, in in that habit so that it's something that you can stay consistent with. Um, so having making that habit super small, simple, and specific is the way you want to go. So you want to give it a what, when, and where format. So you could say, let's say it takes you 20 minutes to fill out one job application or something. I'm just making up numbers here. Um, but let's say you apply for one job every day from 9 to 9:30 a.m. Um, and you do that on your computer sitting at your dining room table or something. Um, and that way you're attaching the action of applying for a job with a specific time, 9 to 9:30 a.m., and a specific location. So it gives you that what, when, and where that makes it way more specific, and helps you to remember it and helps it to act as a mental trigger in order for that to have a thing or be a thing. Um, Harry, I agree with Monsieur. Um, I don't. I don't think that uh, AI will ever totally be able to reproduce creativity. Um, like at least as of right now, AI doesn't have any of its own ideas. Um, so Dekisa said, "My skills with sales are that I suck as a salesperson and will undersell people and convince them they don't need to spend as much as they thought to get the same thing." People like honesty. That's 100% true. Um, and honestly, I've been in sales for a lot of my professional career. I have no issue with that. Dakisa, I think you just really need to sell a product that you 100% believe in. So like if you have a product that you're obsessed with and that you personally think is super valuable, then selling that product will be very easy for you. Phil Knight in his memoir Shoe Dog, he's the founder of Nike. Um, he tried to sell a bunch of different things, um, and he sucked at all of them and didn't like all of them. He sold like life insurance. He sold uh, a few other things that I forget. Um, but when he finally started selling shoes for Nike, the sales were so easy for him because he was obsessed. He loved shoes and he believed in running. And so the selling came super easy for him. So that's what I would recommend is if you're going to go into sales, find a product that you really, really believe in, and then the sales will come easily because people buy from who they know, like, and trust, and people know, like, and trust people who are confident and believe in what they're saying. So, I only give quotes to people that actually want what I'm selling, and I haven't lost a sale in the past 2 years. Yeah, I love it. Anthony, you are welcome, brother. You are welcome. If you want to subscribe, I live stream from 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Saturday. So this live stream for a lot of people doubles as an accountability, like I double as an accountability buddy for a lot of people. So a lot of people will hop off and on, and I'll check in with their habits that they set and help keep them accountable to them. So if you want to do that, that'd be dope. You're more than welcome to. 1234 dash GD. I don't actually know how to make people moderators yet, so probably not. Also, I don't really need any right now. Thanks though. Paul, your GameCube is doing great, man. Your GameCube is I've totally used it a lot today. Yeah, played lots on the GameCube. Anthony, yes, I think that's technically true. Yeah, I agree with Dakisa. I think trying a temp agency and dipping your toes in a bunch of different things are great. Outdoor jobs are good for the soul. I don't really think AI is ever going to be a threat to humanity because if it gets anywhere close to that, we can just bomb a bunch of data centers in the power grid and AI won't be able to function anymore. Awesome. Love it, Anthony. Love to see that you're back. Yes, you're so welcome, Paul. No, Shazabe, I don't think AI is a threat to humans. I don't think it ever will be. Suhas, appreciate the compliment. I am helping people engineer habits. So, building habits that people can be consistent with and that actually stick using the triple S method that I developed after I overcame 5 different addictions. So, if you have any habits that you're looking to be more consistent with or any bad habits that you're looking to break, feel free to drop those here in the chat and we'll re-engineer them and help them to be habits that you can actually stick with, brother. Glad to have you on. Yeah, Harry, I'm just over here doing my thing too. Literally, all I want to do is read books, read biographies, autobiographies, identify what habits made people ultra high performers, share those with everyone in podcasts, and then talk about how to set habits and help people learn how to set habits on live stream and stuff, and be able to do that. It's great. It's literally all I care about. So yes, we can survive without electricity. AI can't. Amen. I get a lot of compliments on here. I think I'm dealing with it okay. I don't know. I just work here, man. I just work here. Jack Black is still the GOAT. We can agree to disagree there. I do think the chicken jockey meme is funny though. I don't actually really get it because there's not anything really to get besides the fact that it's just a meme. But yeah, it's funny. Okay, we are gonna wrap the live up here in a few minutes. Does anyone have any other habits that they're looking to be more consistent with? Any bad habits they're looking to break? Any other questions? Suhas said, wait. I'm waiting. You're going to create a gaming channel, give you some best wishes for it. Okay, appreciate you, brother. Good luck. Monsieur, have fun at work. Yeah, appreciate you hopping on. Appreciate the comments, bro. Means a lot. If you feel like the live is helpful, I would appreciate you sharing it with a friend. All I want to do is just teach people how to build habits that actually stick, because they don't teach it in school anywhere. So, God bless. God bless. Yeah, share it up, guys. If you feel like this has been beneficial for you, put it on socials, share it with a friend. Would love to help them learn how to set habits too. Love it, Monsieur. You're a stud, bro. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Suhas said, I want to focus on exercise like bodybuilding, but you're breaking the consistency. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, let's wrap up with that habit, Suhas. So, Suhas, let me know in the chat, what is the biggest challenge that you've been facing with being consistent for working out right now? Like, what's stopping you from being consistent with working out? While we're waiting on that answer, Harry, I didn't even know there was going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean 6. That's funny. I'll have to check. New habit unlock. Love it, Monsieur. Give us a twerk for the dead homies real quick. Kai, I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna stick to habits. Duck is no, it's end of stream final habit engineering time. Suha said, I think maybe my work is keeping you from being more consistent. Could you elaborate on that, please? No way. Assassin's Arrow's back. What's up, home dog? You're catching just the tail end of the live. We're running our last habit here before we wrap things up. Ciao, Duckisa. Good to have you on. Okay, Harry, let's talk about that tomorrow, and we can re-engineer that so that way you can get out of that crappy habit schedule, or crappy sleep schedule. Appreciate you hopping on, bro. Though, have a good one. Yeah, Suhas, let me know what you're thinking as far as work goes. In the name of doing stuff that makes you uncomfortable, LOL. I'll think about it, but I think I'll probably just stick with my catchphrase, which is keep the change and keep changing. I like that one. You're on a sugar rush? Oof. Dougie, you crack me up, bro. Or actually, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl, but you're cracking me up anyways. Shazabe said, I smoke. How can I quit it? It's a good question. My first question in response to that is, do you want to quit it? And if you do want to quit it, what is keeping you from quitting it? Okay, Suha said, I'm a businessman. You do Forex trading and learning some other languages? Okay. My first piece of advice, Suhas, is that simple scales and complex fails. It sounds like you're trying to live a complex life right now and that you're trying to juggle too many plates at once. That's a personal opinion. You might be handling it fine. I obviously don't know. You haven't met you in person at all. But if I had to guess and make an assumption, I would say that the fact that you're doing all of that and not being able to make time to work out consistently, which is something that sounds like you want to do, I would make the assumption and the argument that you need to cut down on some of your business dealings in order to optimize for life as a whole, rather than just the financial aspect of life, because health is wealth, and there's no point in getting really rich if you don't have a body and a mind that you've taken care of that can allow you to enjoy the fruits of your labors when you have a bunch of money. Um, I think learning languages is fine. I would say pick one language that you're trying to learn. Unless you're doing really, really well with your Forex trading, I would say drop your Forex trading and just focus on your business, or drop your business and focus on your Forex trading. Pick one. Again, simple scales, complex fails. Um, Assassin, let me know if that makes sense and what your thoughts are with that, Suhas, and then we can figure out a specific habit in line with that. Um, Assassin Zero, you've got therapy tomorrow. You're scared. Yeah, therapy can be scary sometimes. Um, I believe in you. You got this. You got this. Um, Proud of you for putting yourself out there in the first place. That's what's up. Do things that make you scared. It's important. Okay. Um, yeah, Suhas. If you like, yeah, it's tough. I would say like, but if you decide that you can't cut down on any of that, I would say the best thing for you to do is going to be to just make a super small habit. Um, would I ever take a dump on live? No. Um, hashtag Mac4680. I have homosexual emotions. Good to know. Congrats. Don't care. Um, uh, Assassin Zero. No, I don't know what you mean. Zachary Gaming. What's up, CJ? Good to have you guys on. This is the Habit Engineer live stream. So if any of y'all have a habit you're looking to be more consistent with, you either a bad habit you're looking to break, a good habit that you're looking to build, you can drop that down in the chat. We'll re-engineer it using the triple S method that I developed um, after overcoming 5 addictions of my own. Hashtag Mac. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub. I live stream from 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, just helping teach people how to build habits because they don't teach it in school. And I think that's an issue. And I'm obsessed with habits. So, um, yo, Penguin Walrus, what's up, big dog? Um, good to see you back on. Um, your bad habit is video games. Um, yeah, yeah, that checks out. Is that a habit that you want to work on? Shazab Javid sent a YouTube play button. Um, I'm not sure what that means. Uh, how can you be a penguin and a walrus guy? That's a great question. Anything is possible when you believe. That is a mostly true statement. Okay. What addictions did I break? I broke my pornography addiction, masturbation, social media, video games, and like Netflix, watching TV stuff. Um, Zachary, let me know if that video game habit is a habit that you want to break. And then if it is, uh, we can engineer a habit with that. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it. It is a solid list. I'm pretty proud of myself. I've come a long way. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's literally everywhere. I've had to work really hard to um like trick my algorithms into not sending me porn anymore. It's great. And even then you can't totally escape it cuz it's just everywhere, but yeah, I've taught my algorithms enough that I don't care about that kind of stuff that they've learned, and then I just don't yeah, I don't subscribe to any of that. So mm, yeah, yeah, I never got into Reddit really, so that was lucky on my part. Um, do I believe in good fairies? No, I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean by that. Someone said cap, lol. Um, not cap, but all right. Before I wrap this up, because I've got to run here in a second. I live from 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Saturday. So if any of y'all want to hop on going forward, would love to see you back here. Appreciate the support. If you want to subscribe, like, share, whatever, you can totally do that, or you can totally not. I'll be fine either way. Um, but yeah, 4 to 7 p.m. Habit engineering. Um, I talk about habits, how you can build them, how they can actually stick when you how you can stay consistent with them, and how that creates a compound effect over time, um, as far as the returns on the habits that you're implementing. So, um, yes, I 100% agree, Ted. Everyone would be so much happier without social media. Um, 21 days is not a habit. You can build a habit in one day. Um, like you can snap your fingers and change permanently if you wanted to. It just really comes down to how bad you want it. Like I've had habits that I decided to do. I wanted them really bad, and then I never didn't do them. Um, so or never like fully regressed from them, if that makes sense. But I would say that's not normal. Generally, it does take a bit longer for habits to actually get implemented correctly. Um, guys, I'm shedding. My long hair is coming out. No. Okay. I will see y'all tomorrow, 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. Habit Engineer out. Keep the change. Keep changing. See ya.